Hello everybody and welcome to Bathmat Reviews, where today we are going to be talking about Transformers Earthspark Grimlock. And yeah, after that previous review, I felt like doing a smaller one. Yeah. So, this is Grimlock, and he is a pretty dang good figure, you know? He's from the Earthspark line, so he's cheaper than your average, he's cheaper than, I don't know, Studio Series or the main or Legacy or whatever. But he's not bad by any means. In fact, I quite like him. He has a pretty unique transformation as far as Grimlocks go, which, you know me, I love a unique transformation. It's not that it's like anything earth-shattering. It still is like the basic DNA blocks, but the feet do something very unique for a Grimlock that, normally Grimlock has, the legs pegged together and, become the tail, which they do that, but they do it in a different way, and I think that's pretty cool. Now, box review. Here's the box. Here he is. He comes with a big Build-A-Figure part for Dr. Meridian Mandroid. I believe he's the villain from the first season. I wouldn't know. I haven't seen much of Earthspark. Again, I've seen the first 4 to 6 episodes. I don't remember which exactly, and I saw it on a plane. So my experience with Earthspark is basically 0. Because, yeah. But, I don't know. I don't need to know much about the show to like the figures. So, here he is. There's Dr. Mandroid. I have almost all of this, except for 1. And 5, technically. But, which is kind of annoying, because I do have the Bumblebee figure, but the version I got, I guess, is from Season 2 or something, because it didn't come with the arm. So I have literally this entire Build-A-Figure guy, and I'll show him eventually. He's somewhere over there with all of my other figures. But, yeah, except for that one arm. And I do have the figure that it comes with. So it's like, But I have all these other guys, except for Shockwave. I haven't picked up Shockwave yet, but if I find him, sure. And, yeah. It's alright. You got 21 steps to turn from that to that. Back and forth, You got that side, there's the bottom, back, top, and yeah. Whoosh. And yeah. Now, Grimlock. I don't know anything about his personality in the show. That's not exactly true. I do know a little bit because after my Jawbreaker review, I looked up a couple of clips of Jawbreaker to just get a vibe of him. I probably should have done that before the video, but, yeah. And Grimlock was in some of them, yeah. And I believe they went, if I can remember correctly, they went with the more, the smarter version when he's in his robot mode, and then, it transfers to he's less intelligent maybe in his dinosaur mode. I say that because that's what they did in Cyberverse, and yeah, it was fun. One notable thing is he was voiced by Keith David, if I remember correctly, which is awesome. I like Keith David as a voice actor or just as an actor. I haven't seen him in too much stuff as just a regular actor though. But I like him definitely as a voice actor. And I think he should voice more Transformers. I don't care which ones. Honestly, he could probably pull off an Optimus Prime. But, I always want Peter Cullen to be Optimus Prime. Because he is perfect. I do like a lot of other versions of Optimus Prime voices, but Peter Cullen, yeah. Now, let's get into articulation. So, head is on a ball joint. And, yeah, it's a pretty expressive one. You got even some up and down. You got some side to side. Arms can do a full 360, technically. I mean, this gets in the way a bit, but you can still do it. You got out that far, which is not much. You have a ball joint here, so you got a whole swivel range there, and you have under 90 degrees of bend, just because of how blocky everything is hand. You have, wait a second. Is that the toe? Like the toe claw thing for the dinosaur? Or is it? Nah. Okay, I think it's just the heel. But that's a little bit of cool molded in detail. But you got in and out, but due to transformation, but nothing else. Waist has a swivel, and you can do a full 360. This backpack does not like tabbing in as well as I would like it to. Stay. And then the feet, you got forward that far, back that far, out. Come on, stay pegged in. Out that far. You have a thigh swivel. You have, wow, under 90 degrees of bend at the knee. And you have a crazy toe bend. You got up, you got down, and you got even more down, and then an ankle pivot. So that is quite crazy. So for some reason, they just decided to have his feet be unbelievably articulated. And for a weapon, he comes with his double-barreled gun, which is pretty classic, although, you know me, I always prefer a sword. But, especially with Grimlock. Grimlock needs a sword. I'm fine with him coming with his gun, and it would be a shame if he didn't. But, if in a case where you have Grimlock, I always pick the sword over the gun. But it seems like Hasbro tends to pick the opposite. Arg. But yeah, so now let's get into size comparisons. So here he is with my previous review. Teletran 1. Well, that is true, but it's also not entirely true, because here he is with my full previous review. The Ark. Yeah, I'm not moving the camera. And, oh, just because I forgot to do size comparisons for Teletran 1, he'll just be here in the background for this next part. Here he is with the prime unit of measurement. And, yeah. And here he is with Batman. And now let's get into transformation, because it's pretty unique. Now, it's not the smoothest thing. Like, I find a lot of stuff kind of gets in the way of itself, and it's a little bit annoying, but overall, not too bad. So, first, flipping the hands and flip down the claws. Also, personally, I just like them down more. But, you know, they're supposed to be up, but, yeah. So, flip, rotate. Then, take all this, unpeg, and just kind of bring it up. I don't like to peg it in yet, just so that you can get some stuff out of the way. Bring the arms up, and then just bring that like that without pegging it in. Oh, wait, does that slot in like that? That's much more helpful. I just found that out on camera. So yeah, if you have that and everything's lined up right, it seems like it'll slot right in, and you don't have to worry about moving that. That's very nice. And then you can bring that in. And I don't clip it in yet, just because you'll see. Then, come on down to the legs. And, why are you not staying tabbed in? There we go. And, so here is what you do for the legs. First, you see how they are differently molded? You want to rotate it, the waist to the right. Now, take this, take the foot, bend it out, flip out the tail, take this part, flip that out, and then rotate, and then rotate it this way, and then bring the tail down and rotate all of this past that. Then, just collapse this up for a second here, while you line all this up, then you get it lined up the best you can, because this part's just kind of tricky to get lined up, but once you do, it'll just slot right in perfectly, and there you go. And then, Then take this part and pop the leg right off. Nope. Wow, that was not satisfying. It slotted right in there without making any sound. Oh well. So, take this, bring that out, flip out the tail, open this up, rotate this way, push that past, and the leg will pop off again. There we go. Just rotate that like that so that you have plenty of room to work with. Bring all this like so. Take this, close that up, bring this in. And this is the one part that is pretty finicky. So take that, peg that in. I line all this up, then peg that in, squeeze the tail together, squeeze this part together. I guess it's also part of the tail. Then you just line this up, and you are trying to get it into, there's a slot right there and a slot right there. And I don't know why, it is basically impossible to do first try for me. So just bear with me as I struggle to get it lined up. For some reason, you're so close, you're so close. Give that a nice squeeze. Come on, just line up. And no, there we go. And then get that all in, squeeze that in, walk the head in at the same time, and just give everything one final squeeze to make sure it stays together. And you are basically done, because then you just bring that down and that, or maybe leave it there. I honestly don't know, because yeah, and it looks better from this angle, to be perfectly honest, because that side has all that. But yeah, and that is pretty cool, you know? It's a very unique way of doing the tail, to be honest, but I think it works pretty dang well. And so, as far as articulation goes, it basically is non-existent. Oh, speaking of, you got a little port there, so I guess you can breathe fire. Grab the nearest blast effect, put that there. Does it work? Yes, it does. That looks more like Godzilla. But, so that's cool. And now let's give him the old detailed treatment. You got two guns there. You got the spines going down the back. You got a thunk tail that is just a brick. You have no articulation there. No up, no down. Well, I mean, maybe, but that seems like it'll break before it actually bends anyway. Nothing to the side. Head can open and close. Mouth can open and close. You have no rotation at the head. You can look up and down due to this pegging in joint. The hands do not move. The arms, you have no bend at the leg. I mean, well, you do, but it's that. And then you got the full 360 and out that far of the arm. And then you take this, peg that right there, and you are done. And you know, it's all right. Not the best, but for a Grimlock that I found for pretty dang cheap, considering normally he's always a leader class figure, and so he's like at least $50. This guy ain't bad at all. Now, I found this guy at Walgreens, of all places. To those of you who don't live in America, Walgreens is basically a pharmacy. And for some reason, sometimes they have Transformers. I don't know why. A couple times they've even had exclusive Transformers. Yeah, I don't like it. I quite frankly don't think my pharmacy, well, it's not my pharmacy, but a pharmacy should have Transformers. Like, I mean, it's fun, I guess. I don't know. But literally, I was at Walmart, and there was a Walgreens kind of nearby. And so I just popped in one day because I was bored. And I went, maybe, just maybe, there'll be a Transformer. And maybe, just maybe, I won't have it yet. And surprise, surprise, there actually was. It was this guy. And so, yeah. That's about it. Thank you all for watching. Remember to like and subscribe and follow me on YouTube and TikTok. Well, mostly YouTube. TikTok kind of sucks to upload to. But I'll keep doing it for now. But YouTube is definitely my main. So, yeah. And that's about it. And yeah, bye.